Okay, everybody, and welcome to Millionaire Mentoring for Black Ops Underground Marketing. Guys, I wanted to hold this session here because, I know that there's a lot of people that nobody starts a business just so to lose money, right? Nobody. Anybody here just paid $1,349 because they want to lose their money? Anybody? No, I didn't think so. I didn't think so. Right? So the thing that you've got to understand here is that people start a business because they want to make money, okay? And they want to make money as fast as they possibly can. That's the goal. So, anytime that we start something, our goal is to get our money back, right? As fast as we can, hopefully within 24 to 48 hours. That's the goal, right? Now, the area that people sort of have a challenge with is they don't quite understand the business model in the first place, okay? Because they come from features and benefits, and they come from the wrong side of what's called polarity, the polarity of the magnet. So in the event that you have two magnets, right, they'll go and they'll stick together. In the event that you flip the magnet around, you can push those as hard as you want, and they will never, ever, ever stick, ever. You can push them as hard as you want, and those magnets will not stick together, okay? So that's the concept of understanding polarity, okay? Polarity. So if I come at you and I'm like, Samuel, I'm telling you, you got to get into this. You're going to make so much money. This is the best thing you've ever seen. We take people from zero to hero. You're going to just, you'll do so well at this. You got to get in now. You got to lock your spot. I'm telling you, all you're doing is this to your prospect, right? In order to be effective in our particular industry, we are in a problem-solving business model, okay? But every single person is going to have a different problem, and they will not tell you the truth. Okay, I'm going to say this again. They will not tell you the truth as to what's really going on in their life or their business unless you can learn how to change their state. Okay, it's very important. This is critical if you ever want to make big money. So you have to be able to master certain skills of changing people's state and finding things in common, okay? Changing people's state and finding things in common. It's imperative, okay? So in other words, if I reach out to you and I go directly into, so how's business going, right? You're immediately, now you could be flat broke, your home could be in foreclosure, your car's being repoed, you hate your boss, you're mad, you got $15,000, $20,000 in credit card debt, but you're going to say to me, amazing. It's going amazing, Darren. Really? Right? So people will lie to you in the event that you do not learn these skills on the front end. Okay? They're imperative. So if you don't learn about state change, and you don't learn about finding things in common, okay, and you try to bypass this thing on the front end, and you go directly into business, people will flat out lie. They will lie to you. They will lie through their teeth, right? So, when it comes to our particular business model of online marketing, there's really you've got one goal, just so you know, okay? One goal. You need to build a list of qualified buyers. That is your goal, okay? Now, there's two things that you need in order to be able to do it, okay? So, I'm going to post it right here. Okay. So the first thing that you need is you need to be in control of your business. Now, what does that mean? That means that if I want to be 100% in charge of my own business, okay, I have to be able to put on an event okay, where I could provide value to the marketplace on demand, okay, do an interview on demand, okay, when I decide as the CEO of my organization, okay? So it's very, very important that you have the tools, right? The first one is called ClickFunnels. Oh, shoot. Okay, so let me just do that again. If you can just mute out your line, please, that would be great. Somebody just popped on here and their line's unmuted. If you could do that, that'd be great. Okay, so first one is ClickFunnels, and the second one is Aweber, okay? Now, so in the chat box, there's two links. One is ClickFunnels. That's going to allow you to get a person's email, have them opt in. Now they're part of your list, okay? And typically, if we're going to do any type of interview, a launch event, a value-based webinar, you want to have people register, okay? It's a big mistake that people make, and what they do is they just use Facebook Lives, okay? A Facebook Live is not going to build your list, okay? And a Facebook Live is not going to give you the opportunity to send out the replay to all the people that registered, okay? So you're actually sort of defeating the whole purpose of your business because you're not building a list of qualified buyers, okay? So that is the thing that you got to remember right out of the gate, okay? So what's your goal when you start an online business? Who can tell me? What's your goal?
Build a list of qualified buyers.
Build a list of qualified buyers.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so you want to build a list of qualified buyers. That is your goal, okay? Now, most people that get started, they don't have the tools. They don't have the tools, right, to properly build their business. Now, what we do is a lot of times somebody will start their business and they don't have any more money than the $1,349, okay? Now, if that's you, right, if that's you, then your list that you have is going to be your friends list and your friends' followers, or the people that you have in your personal development group, okay? So in our particular type of business model, if you just simply don't have the money, okay, then it's going to take time of you actually sitting behind your computer and connecting with people one by one, okay, one by one, okay? So in the event that you want to attract, just hold on a second. Hey, pal, I'm just on the broadcast here. Can we chat in about 2 hours? Yeah, or just overnight, yeah. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Okay, bye. Bye. Okay, so a big problem that people have when it comes to an online business is that they just, you know, people send friend requests and they just go add, or they reach out to people and they just go add, okay? You're actually doing yourself an injustice by doing that, because it's very, very important that you understand that we're in a relationship business, and you're better off to take a little bit of time and build it succinctly and properly by connecting with the person, okay? We're in a people business, a relationship business, a connection business, okay? Now, this is an area that people have a big problem with, okay? Especially in the event that you consider yourself to be what's called an introvert, okay? An introvert is somebody that wants to hide behind their computer. They don't want to talk to anybody. They don't like meeting new people. They're not social, right? So they think that if they just hide behind their computer, that they're going to make money. Well, unfortunately, in our particular business model, we're in a leadership business model, okay? So you're gonna either have to do the personal development and start to expand your ability to connect with people, right? Or you're going to need to just pick a different business model, okay? Because our particular business model is leadership, okay? Now, what's leadership? Leadership is when you identify the pain of your buyer, okay? And you as the leader now go out and you learn some strategies that can help those buyers to solve their pain. And then you're going to provide those people with some value so that they can see you as a leader, okay? So this right here, okay, this right here with what we're doing right now, this, guys, gals, is our industry right here. This, what I'm doing right here, okay? This is called leadership, okay? So in the event that you got involved and you started watching the videos and you learned something and you're not going out to the marketplace now and speaking to the pain of your buyer and attracting those people with a solution to their pain by gathering them together, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you have not started your business. You have not even started your business, okay? So our particular business model, it works in 3 stages, okay? 3 stages. The first thing that you're going to do on day 1 is you're going to learn something, okay? It could be anything. You got to learn something. You might have learned something about branding. Maybe you learned something about content. Maybe you learned something about a personal development group. Maybe you learned something about lead generation. Maybe you learned something about target marketing. So on the first day, you're going to learn something, anything, okay? Now, after you learn something, on days 2, 3, 4, and maybe even 5, you're going to now apply what you just learned so that you can generate some type of little tiny result. Doesn't have to be big, guys, okay? So maybe on day 1, you learned about target marketing and you learned how to generate leads, okay? And on days 2, 3, 4, and 5, you were able to increase your list of your friends list, right? Which is your list in the beginning. If you don't have Aweber and ClickFunnels, then you've now developed a strategy that generated you 100 people on your list, okay? Now, this is the part that most people don't do. Now, you have to say, who here wants to learn a super easy strategy that I implemented over the last 4 days that helped me increase my list by 100 red hot targeted leads, okay? And then you're gonna gather a little group of people together and you're gonna show them what you did, right? That's our business model, okay? So you learn something, you implement it, you get a little tiny result, and now you're going to share your results, okay? Learn, implement, share. Learn, implement, share, okay? Now, there's really only a couple of things in our particular business model, okay? That this includes network marketing, MLM, affiliate marketing, and online marketing. They're all very, very similar. And there's really only 2 things that you need to learn how to do, okay, in our business model. The first thing you got to learn how to do is generate leads, okay? Generate leads. Leads are going to be actually generated by solving the pain of your buyer, okay? So you got to ask yourself, what's the pain of the buyer? Well, if they're in most companies, okay, most MLM companies are going to tell them to use a memory jogger and to make a list, okay? That's typically the first step when you get involved with an MLM. They say, make a list of your friends and family, okay? Now, if somebody's already been in 5 different companies and you tell them that they got to make a list, they're going to get a queasy feeling in their stomach, okay? Who can relate to that? Anybody relate to that? You get a queasy feeling in your stomach, right? Okay, so they obviously don't want to harass their friends and family, okay? Now, why is that? Because there's so much rejection and it feels terrible. It feels terrible, right? And a lot of it is based upon what's called neuro-associative conditioning, or NLP, okay? Neuro-linguistic programming. So what happens is if you go talk about your business and you get rejected, you talk about your business, you get rejected, you talk about your business, you get rejected, you talk about your business, you get rejected. After a while, just thinking about your business, you're going to start feeling nauseous, okay? So you don't want to be in a situation where, like, when you think about your business, you should be fired up. When you think about your business, you should be excited. When you think about your business, you should be thinking about personal growth and breakthroughs and leadership and stepping into your personal power, right? That's the secret here, guys. That's the secret. We're really in the business of personal development, okay? That is our true core business, is personal development. So your goal is to go from wherever you are right now on your path to here, right here, okay? So the person with the message is the person making money, okay? I'm going to say this again. The person with the message is the person making money, okay? Very important that you guys get this. So the business model is personal development. We're on a path of leadership. The journey is from where you're sitting to be in this seat. Okay, now when I say this seat right here, so instead of me speaking right now, it would be you speaking right now with a small little group of people. Okay, now you can start out with 1 person, 2 people, 3, 5, right? So it's going to start to grow to the point where you could be talking to 500 people and it would be the same as talking to 24 people, right? So it'd be the same as talking to 2 people. It's not going to feel any different, okay? And that's personal development, okay? That is personal development. Does this make sense to everybody so far? Is everybody clear? Okay, so the thing that you have to get about this business model, guys, is that you got to ask yourself, how do you look to your buyer? How do you look to your buyer? So do you look pro? Do you look like a leader? Are you branded like a leader? Does your branding and your image, when somebody clicks on your wall, does it look professional, right? Or is your banner basically like your cat, right? Or a picture of your family that's like cropped off. You can't even see the heads because the photo is not resized properly. So you got basically torsos of 4 people going across the banner. Okay, I see this all the time. Okay, or people have their profile picture of their cat, their dog, a sunset, a lake, right? Some logo printing. This is called social media. Social media, okay? Social means interactive. Social is like going into a lounge and socializing, okay? So you have
I've been scared of them.
You have to move into being more of a social type of person. And I typically tell people to actually start offline, okay? Start becoming more social offline. So my question to you is this. When you walk into a building and the elevator door opens and you walk in and there's 3 or 4 people in the elevator, are you a person that stays silent and just turns around and, right? Or are you a person that actually engages with those people and asks them how their day's going so far, or talks about the weather a little bit, right? Are you the introvert or the extrovert? in the event that you want to make big money, you're going to have to learn how to be the extrovert. Okay. Now, keep it professional, especially if you're a woman, because you don't want to put off energy where, you know, guys think that you're trying to hit on them. Okay. So you got to keep it pro. Okay. You got to keep it pro, right? So anything to do with business talk in the beginning is typically very light. Okay. It's typically about the season, the weather, the traffic, something going on, an event, a concert, a movie, something that's very light. Okay. Right. It's very, very light in its banter back and forth. Okay. They call that small talk. Okay. Small talk. And you have to get very good at small talk and giving people either a compliment, like complimenting a lady on her shoes or a guy on his tie or, you know, his clothing, how he looks, his fashion, right? And that will help to drop down the person's ego. Okay, that's their protector. So the easiest way to start doing this is every time you go out for dinner, right? Build rapport immediately with the hostess. When you walk in there, hey, how's it going? How's your day going so far? Right? When you go to the bank teller, where you drop off the dry cleaning, where you go to the corner store, where you go to get groceries. So you have a one-on-one active audience offline everywhere you go. Okay. And if you can master the skills offline, the exact same things transfer online. Okay. So in our particular industry, guys, just so you know, I call it the Friends for Life program. Okay. The Friends for Life program. Anything to do with network marketing, affiliate marketing.
Okay. Consider this because you have this information.
Yep. Okay. Anything to do with network marketing, affiliate marketing, online marketing, it's the Friends for Life program. Okay, so you're going to have to start to feel comfortable in your own skin. Okay, and a big part of this process, guys, just so you know, is the journey inward to your naked soul. Okay, the journey inward to the real you, not the plastic you, not the fake you, not you trying to put on some persona, not you trying to pretend to be somebody else, right? So if I'm going to do a Facebook Live, I want to sound like the same person that people are going to sit across the table and have a coffee with or have a dinner with or go out for a beer with, right? I want that person to be the same person that's on my Facebook Live that would be if they actually met me in person. Okay. So I'm not gonna be like, you know, well, good evening. How's everybody doing today? How are you? Oh boy, we're going to talk about XYZ today, right? I'm not going to do that because it's fake. It's totally fake, right? So you want to, you know, the journey is to your authentic self. Okay, the journey that you need to make is to your authentic self, and it's a journey this way, inward to your journey. Okay, so a big part of this, especially when you first start doing video, like, you have to get comfortable in the silence. Okay, and it's probably you know, the biggest hurdle, right, is to get out of your head and into your heart. Okay, get out of your head and into your heart. Okay, so what do I mean by that? What do I mean by getting out of your head? Typically what happens when people first start doing video is they're thinking what they're going to say, right? And they think that there has to be a word in every single second. Okay, that's not natural, guys, just so you know. It's not natural. right? So some people will start off in the beginning and they're so, oh my God, I better write out a script and read it, right? That doesn't come across as natural because you wouldn't be like that in a conversation. It's not reality TV. It's not the real world. It's fake. Okay? So you have to get to the point where you can, okay? So in the event that you're, like I've watched people when they first start doing videos and they're like, you know, they're right in the middle of their video and they got an itchy eye, right? So they go, oh shit, stop, right? And they do the video again, right? Or they're like, you know, I was doing this video this one time on my rooftop deck and I'm holding up my camera or my phone and I'm filming and a bee starts flying around, right? Right in the middle of my video. And I just was like, whoa, and I swatted out of the way and I go, whoa, the bee, there's just about got stung by a bee. I didn't stop the video. That's real life. That's real life, okay? So stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to be perfect because it's not real. It's fake, okay? So you won't have the feeling of getting really connected to the person because they're putting on this fake mask, right? Trying to be someone, trying to be perfect, okay? You will not connect with your audience if you do this, guys. You will not connect with your audience. Okay, so stop trying to be perfect. Get out of your head. Get into your heart. And get comfortable in the silence. Okay, get comfortable in the silence. Okay, now, when a person is, you know, thinking about content or they're telling stories, have you ever been in a situation where you're right in the middle of a conversation and you go, Jesus, hold on a second, I forgot what I was going to say? Who's ever had that happen? Anybody? Okay. Just keep the thing rolling. Don't cut the video. That happens all the time, right? Hold on a second. It'll come to me for a second. Just hold on a sec. You got to get comfortable being in that energy and not panic. Okay? Do not panic and don't feel that every single syllable, every single second has to be filled with a word. Don't do that. It's like a robot.
Know, it's actually kind of good because people will tell you what you were thinking about that are following you when you do live streams. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't remember where I was, and they start typing away. You were telling the story about Aunt Nellie or whatever, you know? And then they feel like they're part of the story too. So it's kind of a good thing.
Exactly. So that's a great point. Okay, so, you know, in the early stages of, like if you're brand new, the first thing that I would do is I would reach out to Gagan Sharma. He's the one that did my graphics, and I would get your banner done. That's the very first thing coming out of the gate, okay? So you could be watching the training videos for 4 or 5 days in a row. We tell people to watch them 6 times in a row. I know that Samuel watched them 8 times in a row, but on his 5th day, he made $1,400, and then he pretty much made $1,000 or more each day until the end of the month. He made $23,000, okay? Now, I will tell you guys, Samuel could have passed $30,000 his first month. Okay, he could have. But guess what happened? He was dealing with the human condition. So subconsciously, his brain started to calculate that at $2,000 a month working for the bread factory, he had already worked almost a whole year in his mind. Okay, so the last 5 days, he sabotaged. He literally just vanished. He basically went on vacation, right? He disappeared. Okay, so he hit 23. I had already given him the formula on how to hit 30, right? But he literally vanished off the internet. He disappeared for 5 days. Okay? So the last 5 days that could have been income-producing activities, He just went away on vacation. Okay. That's okay, right? 23,000 is still a good story, but what I will tell you is that you want your first 30 days coming out of the gate, like you could make today your first day, okay? You want the first 30 days to have as big of an impact as possible so that you're leading by example as a leader, right? So now you have a story to tell. I just started the business, or you could say this. I attended a millionaire mentoring session. Everything was totally foggy. I didn't know what to do, but I got totally clear focus. I went into massive action. My first week I made $1,000, and by the end of the month, I'd made $5,000. Awesome, right? Now you could be what's called a front person, okay? It's very difficult to be a front man or a front woman with no income story, guys. It's very difficult. Okay, and this is where a lot of people go wrong, because instead of edifying the other people that are having success, instead of stepping into leadership by doing an interview or doing a launch event and letting their story shine, put the spotlight onto the other people and be the host or the hostess, right? So nobody can say, well, how much money have you made? I just found out. I just got started. I just found out, right? So don't set yourself up for failure in a way that you want to be the front person, but you got no income story yet, okay? And typically people that come from what's called a lack mentality, they're afraid to do this. They're afraid to do this because they believe in their mind that their prospects are going to jump right over top of them and go to those people and bypass them. So they're going to lose out on the commission. But you need to surrender. You need to relinquish and understand that it is a holographic reality and that we all have the ability. Every single person on the entire planet could be a multimillionaire, but they don't feel worthy. They don't feel deserving, and they don't feel that abundance is their birthright. So what happens? The money goes around them. Okay, it's always flowing. The river's always flowing, but the money goes around them because they don't feel worthy and deserving. Okay, and they're afraid to showcase the other people because they come from a lack mentality. You have to realize that it's an abundant universe. Okay, it's an abundant. There's no lack. Lack is a complete illusion. Okay, so you got your branding done, okay? Step one, get your branding done. Watch the training video 6 times in a row. The shorter compressed time that you can watch those training videos 6 times in a row, the faster that you're going to be making money. So you can't like watch them once and, okay, I think I'm going to take a week off, and then, okay, I'm going to watch them another time, and then I'm going to take 2 weeks off, and then I'm going to come back maybe on the weekend. It just doesn't work that way. You have to do it in a concentrated period of time where it's just back to back, because you're reprogramming your program. Okay, you're reprogramming your program, and there will be a certain time when you're listening to the videos where you will actually feel something internally in your DNA on a cellular level where you will go pow. And you'll get polarity. Polarity will tell, oh my God, I can't believe I just got this. It's like an aha moment. You'll feel it internally inside your body, the difference between convincing and asking questions to pull people in, okay? Now, in the event that you don't master state change, they will lie to you. What will they do, Samuel?
Lie to you.
What will they do, Kevin Keys? Sorry, go ahead. Oh, we're not getting your audio's not coming through. Melody, what will those people do if you don't learn how to change their state?
Lie.
They will lie. They will lie through their teeth, guys. They will lie to you. They will tell you their business is going amazing, phenomenal. Oh my God, Darren, this is incredible. And they will go into the convincing model to try to convince you to join their business. And all they're doing is pushing you away. Okay? So After you have your branding done, the branding should be starting like literally day one. You should reach out to Gagan, get your photos, get the, I just had my photos done with my camera, and then he, close cropped around them to make my cover photo. But to get the right type of people, don't go to the MLM groups, guys. Okay, those are the broke people. All the broke people hang out in the MLM groups, okay? I'm talking flatline broke, okay? So you got all these broke wannabes that are all, pitch, right? Pitch. And they're all flat broke. Baroque, okay? We are on a path of peak performance, okay? Peak performance. So where do you want to find those people? People who like Tony Robbins, people who like Grant Cardone, people who like Gary Vaynerchuk, people who like Les Brown, right? Anybody that is a peak performer, right? A peak performer speaker that either does seminars, events, has books, right? Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, The Science of Getting Rich, right? Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, Asking It Is Given. All of those things are things that people that are already on the personal development are very, very familiar with, okay? They're on the path of peak performance. They're trying to better their life. They're looking for, the next meditation to use, or they're doing research to understand self-sabotage or time management or procrastination. They're on the path to better themselves. They're not stuck in a rut, okay? They are in charge of their life. They're not a victim. They're not a victim, guys. And this is really important to understand, that if you do not get this in the early stages of your business, you will get what's called a poke, a universal poke. And all you will get are broke ass losers that you attract. That's it. Flatline broke. Oh, I don't have any money. Oh. You don't want, I'm telling you, those people will drain you, okay? So you got to start to now up your game, okay, to a higher level, but it will only happen when you realize the broke people are not qualified to be entrepreneurs in the first place. They're not qualified, okay? Now, does it mean that every person that's down and out is not qualified? No, it does not mean that. But they're not the victim. They will go find the money right away. They will go find the money. They'll get it from their parents. I mean, heck, we had Jay Alfredo, okay? He only makes, when he started, he only made $160 a month, okay? A month working full time in Mexico. So don't tell me that people cannot find the money, okay? Now, last month he made about $30,000. The month before he made about $25,000. He's now the #1 top earner selling timeshares in Mexico from going through Black Ops. It's a true story, guys. He's probably made $250,000 since he started in Black Ops. US. Lives like a king. He's got multiple places, car. Now he's going on he's traveling all around the whole world with his girlfriend. Okay. Now, how does that happen? How does a guy go from making $160 a month working full time to now having $25,000 and $30,000 months? He showed up. He showed up. He was coachable. He didn't try and prove us wrong. He didn't try and reinvent the wheel, right? He went to his aunt. He went to his mom. He went to a bunch of friends. He borrowed $100 from a bunch of people. He got the money together and he showed up. He showed up, okay? And he did exactly what we told him to do, okay? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my screen. Just hold on a sec. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. And I'm going to, okay. So I might as well just do this here, guys, because these are incoming leads right now. So I want to show you how the script works, right? And I want to show you where it came from. Okay, so here is the post that I ran. So the post says, it's about to go down. I'm about to do a private webinar for my students in Millionaire Mentoring to explain the exact strategies my business partner and I used to build a team of over 1,000 people in 30 days without spending a penny on paid ads, okay? These strategies apply to any home-based business, okay? So who's potentially going to show up right now as an incoming inquiry? Somebody in the home-based business. I'm speaking to them, okay? So typically, there's only a couple things that people need to learn how to do in our industry. The first thing is generate leads, and the second is convert the leads to product sales or reps. That's it. That's it. Two things, okay? Generate leads, convert the leads to product sales or to a rep, okay? I will also be explaining how my business partner and I were able to generate $240,000 in profit in 35 days and help our team generate over $3 million in team commissions in one income stream alone. Is that something you could benefit from? Hit me up on private message and say, Darren, show me the 7-figure formula. Okay, so now, I'm now going to see. So here's Ali McIntyre, Eric Andre, oh, that's something else. Jason Hinote, Steven Shemelkovich, and Adil. Okay, there's been 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Okay. Okay, so let me just take care of this first. Now, a lot of people, guys, and I'm just going to be honest with you, they make this way too complicated, way too complicated. Okay, so this guy's asking about our crypto launch. Okay, I've already got a page done. It's already got. I went into my my masking software. I already put on there as my headline how to unlock the crypto code. So watch what happens. Watch what happens when I send it. Okay, so watch this. Hey, Tony, here you go. Boom, chat soon, Darren. And it says how to unlock the crypto code. So now he's going to go click, and he's off to my page. Okay, now this stuff, guys, is all ClickFunnels. This is all ClickFunnels. So this is going to tell the story. There's going to be interviews on here. There's going to be verification, all this stuff. It's not going to take up any of my time, 0 of my time. So, you know, we do this so we can automate a lot of our recruiting because this tells the whole story, right? I don't have to speak to anybody. They're going to join the Facebook group and they're going to register for free, and they're just going to show up in the Facebook group and they're going to show up in my back office. Okay. I don't have to do any sort of interactive conversation in this particular case. Now, when I want to make $1,000, that's a whole different ball game. This is a free sign up, right? So in the event that I want to actually start making $1,000 commissions, I've got to actually go through the script, okay? So here's a guy. Now, the interesting thing is people will just keep on swarming around until the timing is right for them to be able to pull the trigger. So I've got to now look back here, and so he's seen the information, right? He's already, we've been, how long have we been talking? So look at this. So we've been talking, he's been asking for information on programs now. There's 2017. Okay, keep in mind, okay, he's been following me since September 7th of 2017. We're in 2019. Okay, do you understand this, guys? Okay, so you gotta keep on keeping on, keeping on, keeping on, keeping on. You gotta keep on putting people into the hopper, and they come around like circle. They circle around you until the timing is right, and then they pull the trigger and they come on board. Okay, now. Okay, so looks like he bought speed recruiting. Let's see. Okay, so he inquired about Top Recruiters Academy. He inquired about a software thing. He inquired about Electronium when we rolled that out, right? So he's been following me for a couple of years. So,
Can I ask you a question, Darren? Why do people ask for info if they don't have the readiness? Because myself, I'll stalk people and I'll watch what they're doing and I get to know them. And then when I'm ready, I'll go in and I'll ask for info and I'll buy. Like, that's me. But why?
I know, but everybody's different. Everybody's not like you, Sarah, unfortunately, right? So I'm gonna say to him now, because he's asked so many times, I'm gonna say, hey Jason, how's it going? Were you really serious about learning the 7-figure formula, or were you just kidding around? Okay. Okay, now that's kind of like a shocker. That's like, right? So he's going to have to tell me right away if he's actually serious right now. He's going to have to tell me if he's actually serious. Now, once he responds, if he says, oh yeah, definitely I'm serious, Darren, I'm going to say, we've chatted multiple times in the past. Tell me what has changed since the last time we chatted. You see what I mean? So I'm kind of like boxing him in there to get to a decision now. So, okay, well, were you really serious about learning the 7-figure formula, or were you just kidding around? He's going to say, oh, no, Darren, I'm definitely serious, okay? And I'm going to say, well, we've chatted multiple times. Tell me what has changed since the last time we chatted. So what I want him to do is I want him to say, I lost my job. I'm ready to, I'm pissed off with my boss, something to do with pain. Okay, I want to get to something to do with pain. But we've chatted so many times here, guys, right? I don't have to do a big song and dance here. I'm just going to go bam, right to the point. Okay, now I wouldn't do that in the event that we hadn't had so many interactions for 2 freaking years. Okay, so it's a little bit different. So he's answering here. Okay, to be honest, I'll have to arrange something. I'm hoping that these 300 notes will start making working. Now, this one here, and I'm not saying that it's always like this, guys, but I went like this. I clicked on the lady's profile. It went to Nigeria. I don't typically spend a lot of time on Nigeria, okay? I just don't. And that's nothing against the people there, but it's wasted so much of my time for so many different people that I just kind of have a red alert that if their profile says Nigeria, there's a high probability they don't have any money, which confirmed right here. She doesn't have enough money to even get started. So I'm going to now leverage the story, okay? So she says she wants to make 10 grand a month, and I'm going to say okay, so I want to connect to her dream first. I'm going to say, what do you want the $10,000 a month for? Tell 5 words will make you rich, guys. Me more about that. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do, you got to understand this from human psychology. Pain is over here, pleasure's over here. Okay. So she's right now flat broke. We already identified that. But now I want to get her to spend the money over here. I want to get her emotionally connected to the money, the lifestyle. I want this. I want the car. I want to travel. I want this. I want to try my mom. I want to, you know, right? I want to make investments. I want to donate money to this charity, whatever she says. Okay. But now once she's committed and she's emotionally connected to her dream, I'm just going to ask her how serious she is on a scale from 1 to 10. If she doesn't give me a 10 or higher, I'm going to tell her she's never going to make it as an entrepreneur. Bottom line. Oh, Darren, I'm about an 8. Well, that's unfortunate. You'd never make it as an entrepreneur. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean I'll never make it? Well, 20% of your subconscious mind's already given up. And in 2 weeks, it's going to be 40%. And 1 month, you're going to quit from now. What has to happen for you to be a 10? Now, she's going to give me all the variance between the 8 and 10 right here. Right here. Okay? And that's all the stuff I'm going to use to close her right there. Okay? So, we're going to go over to the next one. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. I'm pretty sure this lady is already in Black Ops. Okay, but I'm just going to check 100%. Okay, now the way that I typically do this, you got to be very careful that you don't put the name in here, because that's an invite member. You click on the members, click the members, find a member. It says right there in bold letters, find the member, type in Allie, and there she is right there, okay? So she's already in. This is kind of a little bit bizarre because we already showed her the 7-figure formula. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, she's going to have to be coachable and go through the training. Okay, she's going to have to just be coachable and go through the training. Now, it's interesting how many people in Black Ops will respond when they're looking right at the information. We've done multiple webinars on how we went from 0 to 240,000 in 35 days. So they're not paying attention. You see what I mean? Because it says right in the copy how we went from 0 to blah, blah, 35 days, how we helped our team make $3 million in commissions. We've done broadcast after broadcast after broadcast on that right in the group, okay? So it's important that you really pay attention, you know, to Millionaire Mentoring and the training if you really want to take your life to the next level, okay? So, okay, so here's another one. This guy's in the same position. He's been, you know, sending me, he connected with me in 2017, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing there. Okay, were you really serious about learning the 7-figure formula, or you're just kidding around? Okay. Now, I want to say, oh, no, definitely, Darren, I'm serious. Okay. I want to find out what's changed since the last time we chatted, right? What has him looking for more income right now? What's changed? Okay. What's changed since the last time we chatted? Okay.
Hey, Darren.
Okay.
A quick question. You know, with those posts where we say, you know, message me for the, you know, 1K day formula. Can you maybe help me understand what's going on in my head where I don't feel like some people are going to comment in actually saying that thing, or I've not had the experience where people have actually come to me with my call to action of saying, you know, show me the 1K or whatever call to action I give. something's in my mindset of like, I don't think people are going to respond to that. What can I?
But that's why, Anand.
Yeah. So
we speak our realities into existence. So you say, Darren, I can't figure out why I don't get any of these incoming inquiries because I don't believe, you said that 2 or 3 times already, I don't believe that it's going to happen. Well, that's why it doesn't happen. You don't believe it's going to happen. You just said it to the matrix.
So do I just speak it? Like I say, I believe
money is flowing to me easily and effortlessly. Every day I wake up, my Facebook inbox is filled with people that want to join my business.
Okay.
Right? Every person I
could
talk
withdraw
to,
money.
yes.
Yeah, like I withdraw money. Like this is literally $101 bills in a stack like this. But this right here reminds me how abundant this world is, right? And it reminds me to just like, dude, there's so much money out there that if you just tune into it, like Darren says, it'll come to you, you know? So little tricks like this help a lot, man.
Cool. I have not read that list for a while. It's on that cupboard there.
Okay, I'm just going to try this, guys, so be quiet here. Don't say anything right now. Okay, I want to show you this because I do this a lot. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to say to him right here, hey Adil, how are you? Do you have a few minutes to chat on Facebook Messenger phone? It's way easier. I type with 2 fingers, LOL. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a cartoon so I can try and trigger getting him to an LOL. Okay. So how are you? Do you have a few minutes to chat on Facebook Messenger phone? It's way easier. I type with 2 fingers, LOL, Darren. Okay. See how that works, guys? So what's my goal? All I want to do is get a yes or a no. If he says yes, I'm dialing right now, guys. I'm closing the deal. This is the money right here. This is your money. Don't hide behind your computer and think you're going to have $1,000 commissions raining from the freaking sky. This is the money right here. Okay? The phone, Facebook Messenger phone, Zoom, or Skype. Any of them will do. Any of them will do, guys. Okay? But I can tell you that it's going to be way easier for me to change his state and get his ego to drop if I can use pitch and tone. Pitch and tone. Okay? So he says, yeah, Darren, I got time. Okay? So I'm going to dial. He's going to say, hello, Adil, what's going on? Boom. You'll hear him start laughing. He will laugh immediately. Okay? Because the pitch coming through the line, right? This is a portal, and bam, he'll change his state. He won't even know why. Okay? So pitch and tone are easier to change people's state than cartoons and typing are. Who would agree with that? Who would agree with it? Pitch and tone are easier than typing and cartoons and questions. Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely. Okay? Okay, so okay, I see the benefits of having a real mentor. I didn't join you first because I'm not real sharp online, and Moran is more face-to-face. I watch you every time. I can catch you and would love to be one of your black ops. Be one of your black, I would love be on one of your black ops webinars. Okay, so I'm going to try it with this guy, okay? Okay, so we can get into his psyche a lot easier if I can chat. Okay, if I can chat. Now, typically, if the person doesn't respond right away, I send one of these. This cartoon series here, guys, is called Finch. I highly recommend to use it because it has some really good ones in it. It's got the shock one, it's got the love, it's got the confused, it's got, you know, huh, right? It's got the laughter, it's got the shy thing. This one is probably one of the most popular ones that I use in Facebook Messenger chat. This one as well has some good animations with the laughing, the shaking of the head, the high five, right? So you want to go through and look for, there's a couple ones here that I recommend. Meep is one. Banana, right? I use banana a lot, right, in my conversations. This one's called Biscuit, okay, Biscuit. This one's called Chummy Chum Chums. Okay, it's got some great animations here with the blowing of the kiss, the thumb going up, the ha ha ha, you know, this jumping up and down dog, right? The kiss, the face palm, right? It's got some great ones. This is another one that I use, right? It's called Despicable Me 2. This one's called Moody Ninja. It's got some good little animations in here too, this little typer guy and stuff. And then I use this one, Super Tiny, right? This has got the little superhero guy. I use the Expendables 3 because it's got this fire one and the cash one, right? The question mark, and then the ref. I use the ref all the time, guys. The cheers button, the yay, the goal, right? So these are sort of the main, most important ones that I use. And I've used these ones to generate probably $1.5 million on the internet using this strategy, okay? So they work. You don't have to go try and reinvent the wheel. These work, okay? These work. Okay. So we're gonna see what happens there. And now we're gonna go back out here to the wall, right? This is something that people just don't do enough of, and that's interacting with their audience, okay? They will come back to see what you've written here, okay? If in the event that you do not ping pong with them, there's no relationship forming. There's no relationship forming if you're not ping ponging. Okay, this guy looks familiar, so I'm just gonna check here to see if he's in. It doesn't look like he is. Okay. You'll notice that there's not very often that I pull this up and there's blank. You notice that? So he looks like he originally contacted me February of 2019. Okay. Okay. So okay, so he was he's at a super low point. He was grossing 20 to 25K. I'm used to bringing in 10K a month. Okay, I shared a little bit about my own story, on how I went through my own climb and then I almost died. So that's, you know, being vulnerable. So I actually bared my soul to talking to this person, okay? Because he was down and out, I gave him some homework to do. So I gave him Asking It Is Given. I told him to watch this movie. I gave him a daily meditation. So I put him on the path of actually being his mentor without him actually paying any money yet, right? So I've put him on the path, okay? So actually, I'm not going to start that. I'm going to go to Jason. Let's see how this works, guys.
Mr. Jason.
Jason, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Darren, how are you, man?
What's happening? What's happening? Hey, listen, I thought it would be easier if I just sort of reached out, touch base, say a quick hello, really find out more about what's really, really going on in your life, bro.
Well, yeah, I finally just did it, man. I joined a mentor group. It's Ron. Well, actually, I was watching Dan Pena. That's what got me going. I started watching him for a couple of weeks, and I ran into this Ron Ober, I think's his name.
Okay.
He was one of Dan's mentees. So there's Acquisition Academy. It's like buying already running business, already successful businesses, and you know people are like the baby boomers are ready to retire. The kids don't want the businesses and everything. So just watching his videos online or on YouTube, I started trying it and actually about to purchase a business just through his strategies. So I joined his group.
Okay.
But you know, I'm always watching you. I see you. The company is not marketing at all online. I know that's a huge thing.
Okay.
And I know nothing about that. I've tried this and that little, just nitpicking around, you know, some marketing things. I wasn't very good at it at all. So.
Okay. So.
I don't know if I want to go that route and do any kind of marketing. I'm definitely going to have to know help on that end.
Okay. So
you know, I watch you. I love your style. I believe it, and I don't know. I watch you a lot, and it's led me to a lot of different things. Just watching your free stuff, you know.
Okay, cool. So let me ask you a question, Jason. What's your ultimate goal? So you work a job right now and you're looking to exit that, or you're looking to retire, or you're looking to get extra cash. Well, tell me what it is. What's your vision? What do you really want to have happen here? What kind of an income do you want to actually make?
Well, I set a goal, you know, because I watch all the stuff on YouTube and Napoleon Hill and you know all that stuff. So I wrote down all my goals and everything. And I know it's kind of a small goal now, but I said since everything's going good, I want to have make $5 million in 5 years, and it's just more financial freedom.
Okay.
Still work, but not have to worry about the bills every day, and of course, not working 9 to 5. That's
okay. So are you working a 9 to 5 right now?
I've always worked one, but yes.
Right now, you're working 9 to 5. Okay. So give me an idea. What level of income are you accustomed to making right now?
About 60 to 70 a year.
$60,000 to $70,000 a year. Okay. So as your first sort of step, because keep in mind, to go from $60,000 to $70,000 a year to $5 million, your subconscious mind will not believe that to be true because there's no path. So give me a realistic thing that you can believe that can happen getting into some online marketing. Give me an actual number that you believe can be real, that you believe can be true.
Right. Well, like I was telling my wife here soon, if this deal goes through, which it should, there's no reason. I just had a meeting with the owners face to face, on location, walk the property, walk the business. And, you know, at signing and everything, and I mean, within a year or so, I mean, we could get a pretty big chunk. And I told her we would live like we live now because we wouldn't even realize we have that kind of money. Like you said, your consciousness isn't even, that's something I'm going to have to work on. I understand that. So.
Okay. So what's the start? That's
just a goal, you know, if I can 5-year goals, you know, what I'm trying to shoot for.
Okay, let's talk about a 30-day goal.
See, online, I don't know.
Let's talk about a 30-day. What do you believe that you could?
See, I've had really bad luck online.
Okay, so what if we talked about? Okay, so what if we talked about being able to replace your current income? Would that be something that you could believe? So that would be like $5,000 a month.
Yeah, $5,000 a month.
$5,000 a month. Okay. So let me ask you a question. First of all, let me ask you a question. What this business that you're buying? How much is it going to cost for you to buy this business?
Well, it's going to be kind of I'm talking to an asset lender now. It'll be an asset lender plus some owner financing. So out of my pocket, nothing other than time and energy, you know.
Okay.
It's kind of like I'm buying another job actually at first.
Okay. So
that makes sense.
So if you could make $5,000 a month, do you want to be able to walk away from your 9-to-5, or do you just want extra income?
No. I would, at this point, if I do anything, it's to walk away from the 9-to-5.
To walk away. Okay. So let me ask you this. How serious would you say that you are on a scale from 1 to 10 to be able to make $5,000 a month to walk away from your 9-to-5?
Well, I'm as dedicated as I can be at this point. I mean, I'm kind of, I'm trying. I'm looking at all the angles. Like I said, I joined that group. It was cost double, almost 3 times what your course. I've asked you before what you're charging for yours. It was a whole lot more than that. So I'm pretty serious about it.
Okay, so
that's not an online thing.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Than what you have going.
Let me ask you this. If I was to tell you, Jason, that right now, I have students as young as 17 years old that made $50,000 in their very first 6 weeks with no previous experience. They weren't marketers, right? And it was only $13.49 to set up so that you could be making $1,000 commissions daily. That means that you only have to do 5 sales in an entire month to be able to hit your goal. Is that something that would interest you?
Yeah, very much. But to do that, I don't know all these autoresponders and all that mess. That's crazy. I tried it, and that's a whole new animal.
I totally understand. I know exactly how you feel. Trust me, bro, I got literally 0 tech skills. I got the tech skills of a 2-year-old child, okay? But what we teach in the early stages is branding, content creation, connecting with prospects, what to say to the people line by line. So it doesn't require you to have the autoresponder and whatnot in the early stages. You got to learn the basics of the business model first. And the commodity in our industry is people, bro. People, not tech stuff. It's people. It's relationships. Okay? So let me ask you this. Based upon what I'm telling you, that there's not a lot of tech skills even required, right? Is that something that you would want to move forward with and get started so that you could walk away from your 9-to-5, make that $5K a month, springboard to 10 or 15,000 a month so that you could truly live a life of freedom?
Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, that's why I watch you all the time. I mean, I'm just trying to, I love your content. I like your point of view, and you've led me to a lot of people to even watch and listen to other than you. But Yeah, I mean, it's very.
So let me ask you this, Jason. Okay.
I'm just worried about it because I guess, and I shouldn't be, because you are it's letting us use. You're totally different than everyone. I understand and I agree, but it's just the other things I've gotten into. I just wasn't good at the online thing.
Okay, but what I'm telling you is that there's phases, bro. There's phases that all of my students that have all of the success, like Samuel made $23,000 his first month at 21 years old. Okay, so let me ask you this: what has to happen for you to feel comfortable to move forward and participate?
I don't know what's going to trigger it. You know, like I triggered it and I pulled the trigger on the other one because you get a feeling inside and it's like, bam, I mean, this is going to do it. And it's worked. I mean, I'm right there. I'm waiting on financials. It's all working exactly as the course says. And you're in, I feel it, but I don't feel it that strong just because I don't know why.
Well, here's the interesting thing.
I like your content. I like to watch stuff. That's why I said your thing said something you're going to do a webinar or whatever. So I replied to it. I would love to.
Well, those people are all the people in Millionaire Mentoring. Well, that's the whole point. Those people right now those are the people that are in Millionaire Mentoring, so they can actually watch me. I write the content in front of them. I show them what I do. I show them where I generate leads. I explain about branding. I explain what to say to people line by line. That's the whole point, bro. That's called Millionaire Mentoring. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand.
Now, the interesting thing is that what you're telling me is that you have a job and you're basically putting yourself into another position where you're basically just going to go get another job. Technically, that's what you're doing. You're buying a business so you can get yourself.
Yes,
okay.
Higher pay, much higher pay.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much.
But there's still
there and everything already, but
there's still no freedom lifestyle, bro. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. Okay. I'm saying this because this is factual. Okay. You couldn't take off and go to Hawaii like what I did for 33 days with my laptop and still make a full-time income. That's my point. So in the event that you start learning the skills and you start investing into your personal development and learn exactly what to do step by step, and I was to show you on live broadcast it happening live right in front of you, is that something that would interest you?
yeah, I mean, it does. It's very much interesting.
Okay, so what needs to happen? What needs to happen, bro? You tell me. What needs to happen?
I don't know. I'm just going to have to, I'm talking to you on the phone now, so that's going to help. I mean, that's pretty cool that you take the time to do that. It means a lot to me. Not just talking to a robot on Facebook, you are a real person. So.
Exactly. Well, that's the whole point of Millionaire Mentoring.
Take some more time to think about it, because I just dropped a bunch of money. I've been in this group for, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks now.
Okay.
So 3 weeks ago, I just spent quite a bit of money, but it's working out. It's good, and I did it a lot because of you. I mean, I know it's not you, but I did it. You got to have a mentor if you want to get somewhere. So.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what.
Said the money.
Like
work on that, fathom, and these numbers I'm dealing with. I'm like, it's way beyond what I'm used to. But
I hear you. Well, here's the thing.
What it is. If I want to get there, I got to do it.
Like, I'm super easy to reach, bro. All you got to do, fire me a message. I can get you plugged into Millionaire Mentoring. We can show you exactly live what we do. They're live and interactive. You can ask questions. It's not like you against the world. Okay.
How often do you guys have meetings like that? How often do you guys have?
Well, when we do have one, we record it. It really depends on how busy we are with our launches with me and Ari, right? But we do enough to get you into money so that you can, you can watch the recording. You can watch
course videos.
Yeah, there's 3 main videos that you watch 6 times in a row. And then that coupled with the live broadcast is enough to put you on the path to get to the goal that you're talking about, which is 5K a month. I mean, keep in mind, we've got people that have done $25,000, $35,000, $45,000 the very first month in business. So, you know, we got countless success stories. The team's done over $3 million in team commissions, right? So
I'm a grinder. I grind whatever I do. I do it well. I'm you know.
Okay.
When I get into something, I don't play around. So I mean, I feel like I do good with it. You know, just give me a little time. I mean, I hate to tell you no right now and waste your time, but it's not a waste of time.
Okay, well, that's cool. At least we had a chance to connect. You know, I'm easy to reach. Reach out anytime, and we'll take it from there. Okay, brother?
Thanks, Dan.
Okay, take care. Bye now. Bye. Okay. You see how the straight line works, guys? Does it make sense now, right? It was pain, vision, qualify, then I was going for the close, right? It's pretty easy, right? It was just a casual conversation. Now, was I trying to convince him? Did I talk about a company, products, comp plan, anything? No, not a single time, guys, not once. I didn't talk about any companies, no comp plans. I wasn't trying to convince him on anything. All I want to do is for him to feel comfortable to move forward and participate. And when you have somebody waffling, that's the question you ask. Hey, such and such, let me ask you a question. Okay, people that are closers, they say that a lot. Hey, Tom, let me ask you a question. Okay, what has to happen for you to feel comfortable to move forward and participate? Okay, now it's just not the right time for him. He just hasn't come to a decision right now. He's still in la la land. No problem. Okay, that's my exit right there. Okay.
Whenever you do these things, these are people that are inquiring towards you. But what about reaching out to people? Do we just friend them first and go from there, or do we
build a relationship? And you have to provide value on your wall, on your Facebook lives, gathering people together, teaching them about lead generation. You know, giving them some value so they can see you as a leader, right? Okay. Typically, if you start just getting to know a person with casual stuff, you want to find things in common. Right? They're a single mom, you're a single mom. They like windsurfing, you like windsurfing. They like to travel, you like to travel. You want to find as many things in common as you possibly can.
So then it wouldn't matter either way if they're inquiring or you're reaching out. You're building the relationship either way.
In the event that I'm doing a reach out program, I typically am not going to go into any type of pitch on the very first exposure.
Okay.
Right? I want them to get my content and see my wall and see success stories and then maybe get them here. Right? Okay. Because this is value.
Yes.
Who thinks that this is value? Anybody get value here today? Anybody? Okay. So my point being here, guys, is that your journey, whether you want to believe this or not, I'm going to give it to you straight today. Okay? Your journey is from where you're sitting right now to this seat right here. And there's no way to sugarcoat that. That is a personal development journey. And the only way that it happens is if you get comfortable being uncomfortable. It's the only way, guys. It's the only way. Now, 10 years ago, could I speak for 3 hours straight? No, I couldn't. But I kept on doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and failed forward and stumbled and failed and failed forward and did it and did it and did it and did it and did it. Now it's second nature. I got 500 people on here. It's the same thing. Okay. But it will only come if you throw your hat over the wall, and you can't be afraid to fail forward, guys. That's the only way that it's going to happen, where you're going to reach freedom. Now, could I do the same broadcast from Maui? Could I do the same broadcast from Maui? Yes, I could. Could I do the same broadcast from a restaurant? Yes, I could. Could I do the same broadcast from Starbucks? Yes, I could. That's freedom. But if you're not doing this and this there's a high probability you will not make money in our business model, guys. Because this right here is our industry, okay? And it's providing value to your prospect that can help them solve their pain, okay? It's the key. Now, if you have not used this tool, I recommend that you go on it today and you start to use the tool, okay? The tool is called Lookup ID. Lookup-id.com. Okay. Now, I'm going to go right here into the Facebook search. And I'm going to go in here into people who like, and I'm typing Grant Cardone, search. Eight-figure income earner, eight-figure income earner. I can tell just by scrolling down here, eight-figure income earner. Okay, these are all peak performers. Top recruiter, right? Eight-figure income earner, seven-figure income earner, seven-figure income earner, right? These are all people that are top leads. Top leads, guys. Okay, so somebody just sent me a friend request here. So this is a brand new person. I've never talked to this person ever. And I'm going to say, hey, Julie, great to connect on Facebook. Okay, she's from New York, lives in Capo d'Orlando.
That's actually my prospect.
What's that?
That's actually my prospect. That's actually funny. That's laws of attraction, eh?
Okay, great to connect on Facebook. I see you are from the Big Apple. I was in New York this one time, and we went to Times Square. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. What a place. Chat soon. Darren. Okay. So I want to find something in common. That's the goal, right? Hey, great to connect on Facebook. I see you from the Big Apple. I was in New York this one time. We went to Times Square. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. What a place. Chat soon, Darren. Okay, that's it. There's my first connection. It's nothing heavy. It's very light. It's typically about the town that they're in, the weather, something going on, whatever. And it's very light. Okay, it's very, very light. So if she responds, we got our first connection. Okay. Now I'm going to go right into pitching her. No, I'm not. But my content's going to start showing up on her newsfeed now. She's going to watch a couple of my Facebook lives. If I see her now starting to chime in or comment, I'm now going to engage. Maybe I'm going to post another webinar on lead generation and she's going to show up. Okay. Value on the front, value on the front, value on the front. Okay. In the event that you are not putting out value that solves people's pain and gathering them together and dangling a solution to their problem, I got news for you. This business model probably is not for you. Bottom line. You cannot hide behind your computer and think that you're going to make big money. Okay? It will not happen. Okay? It will not happen, guys. This industry is the journey from where you are to this seat right here. And there's no way to get around it. If you ever want to make big money in this industry, that is the journey. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to tell you that there's a better way, because there isn't. All the top income earners do this right here. Okay, so you got to ask yourself, do you have the tools? Do you have the tools? Now, you can use a Google Hangout when you start. Okay, you can go to YouTube and say, how do I set up a Google Hangout, right? But that will take you plus 9 people. Okay, and then you got a full house. Your basically your webinar is at full capacity. Okay, you plus 9 people. That's a Google Hangout. Okay. Now, when you start getting into 20, 30, 50, 100, 200, my Zoom will hold up to 500 people. Okay. Now, I went right to that because I already visualized that that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have these massive groups of people. So I set myself up properly with the tools to be a leader, because that's the industry we're in. Leadership. Leadership, guys. What does the leader do? The leader identifies the pain, goes and finds a solution, tests out the solution, gets a little result, gathers a group of people together, and shows them what they did. Pretty simple. Who thinks that sounds pretty darn simple? Okay, identify the pain, go find a solution, test it, get a little result, and now share your results. Okay, and if you don't have the tools to do it properly, why would you be shocked that you're not making any money? Why would you be shocked? You're not even set up. There's a lot of people in Black Ops that still have not done their banner. What? 2.5 years. And that is the first step. Get branded. They still haven't done it. They still haven't done it. I go to their wall. They're not following our content formula at all. Okay. And I'm going to explain to you the content formula and what we actually do. Okay. So you have to keep an eye on your business, on your wall here, to, ask yourself, are you going too heavy on business? Okay. So this is about a value-based webinar. Okay. This is about a value-based webinar. But how are they going to get access to the value-based webinar? They got to be a student. They got to be a student to get to the value-based webinar. Okay. Now, sometimes do I just go out to the open forum and do a value-based webinar? Absolutely, I do. I give them a little teaser. Right? Now, during that process of giving them value, I might give them 45 minutes worth of value and then start bridging over into showing them what most people do, what the 7-figure income earners do, and then not end up getting sales out of it just from doing a value-based webinar. Value on the front, value on the front, value on the front, bridge, and then what's the solution to the pain? Okay, so what's on the front again, guys? What's on the front? Come on, guys. What's on the front?
Value.
Value on the front. Value on the front. 2 key areas: lead generation, product sales, and recruiting reps. Okay, those are 2 things that people need to learn. Now, I'm certainly not going to give the whole farm away for free, right? Because then what are they going to get when they join? They don't get anything. I gave it all away. So why do they want to join my business when they can just take everything that I gave them and go do it to their own business? You see what I mean? Does that make sense? Okay, so that one's value. This one's lifestyle. It was about my trip to Hawaii. This one has to do with self-love. This is personal development, but it's also how self-love, like here's an example, guys. A lot of people don't get this, and it's one of the reasons why the divorce rate is so high. You can't actually feel internally that you're being loved by somebody unless you love yourself first, and the void is full. Okay, so you have to first fill the empty void and love yourself first before you can feel loved by somebody else. okay? This is where personal development comes in. So a lot of people start off in relationships, and because they don't have self-love, they don't feel worthy, they don't feel deserving, okay? And they don't have healthy boundaries in place. What happens is their spouse, their significant other, whatever, it's like a black hole. You can never fill it. It's constantly, the person constantly feels empty, unfulfilled, okay? So they look to the other person to try to fill them up, but it's like having a hole in the cup. So you could keep on pouring water and water and water and water and water. It'll never be full. It will never be full because there's a hole. There's an internal hole, like a black hole, and that person can never, ever be happy in a relationship. So this has to do with self-love, okay? And it's personal development, and that's the journey that we're on. So when you speak personal development, you can't hide personal development, guys. People can read it in the words that you write, right? Whether or not you've done the personal development. You can't fake it. There's no elevator. You can't fake personal development. You can only do it by doing it, and then doing it and speaking it as you're having your personal breakthroughs, okay? Now, this one was actually, I gave a little bit of value on here, but this was also a recruiting tool because I gave people the vision of the campaign that we're rolling out, and I told them how we had recruited over 1,000 people and that I'm going to actually give them my campaign if they join. Okay, so are they joining for the deal, or are they joining to get the 7-figure secrets? Who thinks that they're joining just for the deal itself? Who thinks they're really joining to get the 7-figure formula and how we did it? The blueprint, guys. That's what people want. So my point being is this: you can have the best products, the best comp plan. You may have the best weight loss products, the best anti-aging formula, the best skincare, the best financial products, the best information, but it's not that people are buying. They want the blueprint. Show me how to make money with that thing. How do I make money with that thing that you have? What's the strategy to generating qualified buyers so that I can make money with it? What do I say to the people when I get the leads? How do I close the people? How do I turn leads into cash flow? That's what people want to learn. And that's this. Ding, 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 ding. That's Black Ops. That's Black Ops. Black Ops solves the pain of the marketplace. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You guys get value today? Who got value? Anybody get value? You take lots of notes?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, guys, so we're going to wrap up for today. I'm going to post this on an unlisted link on YouTube. Okay, and then I'm going to post it back into the Black Ops group so that you can rewatch this again. I recommend actually watching this a couple of times. Okay, who here does not have a personal development group that they're the leader of? Be honest. Be honest. Okay, so you can go into any group, and then in the top it says create a group, right? And that'll create your own group now. Okay, so I highly recommend doing this, okay, if you don't already have one, okay? My group, I've got a couple of groups, but you can see here that if I go here into Quantum Millionaire, this one group has generated almost 5,400 leads, guys. See that? 5,389 members, okay? And these people typically refer other people. Now, why would somebody refer other people? Because they're getting some value. So I post Facebook Lives in here. I post, stuff about the human condition and, stuff about mindset and stuff about, this will change people's state, just so you know, because hunger is a survival state change, okay, which is the most powerful. This is the reason that you see me post food, okay? If you can actually activate a person's saliva glands without talking to them, okay? That is the most powerful thing that you can do. And the more that you do it, the more that they're going to feel like they can know, like, and trust you. Okay, there's a strategy behind this stuff, guys. This has come from 30 years of being in this industry and understanding human psychology. Okay, so this isn't something that we're just making up here. This stuff works. Okay, now if I look here, there's 19, 20, 21, 21 people have interacted with that particular food pick, right? This is more about personal development. This is just an engagement to find out, to activate the people, right? Can you see this post? Comment below if you can. This is about Ponzi schemes, about some value here, social proof, value here, easy strategies to get your business into instant momentum. Why selling your products alone is not enough to take you to the top of your business. This is about leadership, right? More social proof. The one thing that stops entrepreneurs from getting liftoff in their business, right? So by the time I actually have a conversation with the person, do you realize that that's the first time that I've actually been on the phone with Jason? Did you hear him say, holy crap, Darren, like, wow, I didn't think that you were going to actually call me. I really appreciate that. You guys heard that, right? If you didn't hear it, listen to it again in the recording so that you can see that what I'm telling you is actually true, okay? This is the money. This is the money right here, guys, this thing, okay? You don't have to have tech skills to use this, but you do have to master people. Pitch, tone, silence. Pitch, tone, silence. Questions. Listen. Listen. There's no convincing and asking a question and listening. I want them to sell themselves on joining me. I don't want to convince anybody about anything. I want them to convince themselves. Does that make sense?
100%.
Does that make sense, guys? Yes?
1,000%, yes.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to wrap up for today. Give you guys self a pat on the back for showing up. Good job. Good job, right? This is actually 80%. Okay, 80% is just being here right now. 80%, guys, okay? Now, you got a couple options. You can either leave here and do nothing, okay, and you're still going to make no money. Or you can leave here and say, what are the things that Darren talked about that I'm not doing in my business? Okay, and there's a high probability, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but there's a high probability that the majority of people here, not all, because I can see some that have done this, have not done this right here, okay, where you are in this seat. Be honest, guys. Who has not done it? Put your hand up if you have not gathered a group of people together. Be honest, guys. It can only help you if you're honest, right? You've not gathered a group of people. Okay. That is the gateway to the big money. Okay. That right there is the gateway to the big money. Okay. A Facebook Live is not this. Okay? It's not this. You're not on the stage and you're not the person with the message, and that's why people aren't buying. Welcome to our industry. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the team. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna put this onto YouTube, and everybody have a great day, and let's go get it. Have a good one, guys.